2023.
Yeah,
Two
there we go.
bookmarks in here. And the recording.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Trigger, go ahead and introduce the panel.
Alrighty, Rue. Well, to everyone in the audience, good morning, afternoon, evening, or good night, wherever you are, and welcome to the Q&A with the Sonic Society of Georgia. Going down the line here, we've got Liv and Jonathan working together there, along with Super J, or Jay. Then we got, I apologize if I missay this, Joseph?
No, that's perfect. Appreciate it.
First time, perfect. I'm usually terrible with names, but first time for everything. And then co-hosting is myself and Kevin.
Yeah, well, why don't we all introduce ourselves? I'll go in the order of my screen. Why don't you go first, Jen?
Hi, I am here. Hello. I am the founder, and I also do a lot of the social media work for SSGA. You probably have seen me all in the Discord. I run all of that good stuff and all the pages. I'm also known as QR Code Lady, apparently, because I was the one that gave out all the stickers with the QR code at MomoCon.
I remember that.
But, you know, might as well get a shirt with it. But hi, guys. Good to see y'all.
Okay, go ahead, Liv and Jonathan.
My name is Jonathan, also known as the Power Mirai. I do the art for the group, pretty much just like the team member artist. And I'll let you.
I'm Liv. I'm our event planner. I do everything from online meetups to in-person meetups. Anything we're doing, I'm behind it.
Okay, go ahead, Super J.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Super J. That's my tagline pretty much at this point. But I'm the membership chairman. It's a fancy phrase for just having people hype, having people join, getting people aware of it that aren't aware of it, and just keeping the excitement up for the group. I also do a lot of more engagement content, like get some eyes on our group and whatnot through different skits, funny posts, stuff like that. So.
And Jonathan? Give me Joseph. Ugh. I got the name confused.
All right, yo, what's up, guys? I'm Joseph. So I'm actually like this knowledge enthusiast support specialist. So what that really means is I know a lot about Sonic the Hedgehog. I won't say I know everything because there's so much to know, really. But I know quite a lot. I've loved this franchise since I was 7 years old. Started by reading the comics. Well, technically, I played Sonic Adventure 2 at a family friend's over and over, like the City Escape stage, over and over when I was 6 years old. And then later I got in the comics and then I played Sonic Adventure. But anyway, that's all to say I really love Sonic the Hedgehog. I love talking about Sonic the Hedgehog. So I'm here to do that with y'all and then also just kind of support the crew and do whatever they need to for me to fill in kind of. So.
So how did this group get started? What was the idea behind the formation of Sonic Society of Georgia?
Oh, I went to Sonic Neon last year, and I met a lot of really, really, really sweet people. And in that group of people was Lux, who is one of our heads in our Discord, one of our moderators, and essentially, the diva behind everything. She is extremely talented. I met her on a shuttle from the airport to the hotel that I think, Kevin, you might have also been on.
Yeah, I was on that shuttle.
And yeah, so that small world, I mean, we were all going to a Sonic convention from a really small airport, so as it goes. But I saw her book bag and we talked, and through her I ended up going to like the evening before event. I don't remember exactly what it was called, but it was a meetup at Round 1 right next to the hotel in Reno. And that's where I met Liz, who is the one of the co-founders for Texas, Sonic Society of Texas, which is the largest Sonic fan group in the world. They have a good number of members now. The number's escaping me. But Liz is one of my best Sonic friends I've ever met. Like, that girl, I can talk to her about anything, everything. She's always there for me. Like, the other day she called me at work and I was like, did you mean to call me? She's like, yeah, I just wanted to talk. And I was like, sure. And through her and getting to know her, she kind of told me more about how they started the group and that process. And I was like, y'all have one in Georgia? And it just kind of went from there. It was a really, really interesting process for sure. Getting to meet everyone has been really, really sweet. Yeah, it just kind of all happened after I said, well, I'll actually put the work in and try and organize stuff. And I had to make like a brand kit, have propositions, things like that. And it just ended up working out.
Yeah, and I know Georgia, especially Atlanta, has a big fan base too. So it's like lightning in a bottle right there as well.
Yeah, I mean, when, Sonic Expo decided to do the show in Atlanta too, and last year being, the initial one, and like seeing everyone like come out, it was like so much to see in one place. And then I was kind of thinking, oh well, we should probably have one of these. I got really jealous of my friends in Texas who are always posting about cool stuff and being able to hang out with each other and do events. And I was like, I'm gonna copy y'all. And I did. With their help, of course. Yeah, and it's also nice to be affiliated with them at all because like we were talking about a little bit earlier in the green room. Canada, New York, Texas, Georgia, and who knows?
Yeah, shout out to people in Texas along with New York and Canada. They do such great work.
They're fun. They're good people. Good and fun people.
All right, Trigger, would you like to ask the next question? You can ask the next one on my list or one of yours.
Sure. Here. Just out of curiosity, for your team, what are both the start and long-term? Sorry, misspoke that. What are both the short and long-term goals of your group for the future?
So I don't.
Well, go ahead, Jonathan. Sorry, go ahead, Jonathan.
No, you can start it off, and I'll tailgate with you.
So short and long term, I mean, short is really to just get this, get the ground running, really try and get some events going so that we can start meeting up, and then hopefully, over time, just kind of grow the base, get to know people, in the area more, and eventually kind of hopefully expand out to where we can do more events across all of Georgia. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, just kind of trying to grow the base and meet more people and hang out and just have a good time for the most part. But go ahead, Jonathan. What do you want to say?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Like just trying to get as many opportunities for Sonic fans to be Sonic fans, like getting everybody out here, getting chances to talk to each other, create things, have fun. That's our main goals, like even short term and long term. Like we just want to have everybody have fun and have a great time with Sonic. And as far as that will go, that's like we're trying to get that as far as we can. Bigger events, bigger spaces, just trying to grow.
Yeah, I know the meetup at Marietta Square Market, which I went to, it had a pretty good turnout, like between 15 and 20 people. I hope I got my count right.
There was 16. You are correct.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the panel that you guys did at MomoCon, that had a really good
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Blew up.
Yeah, that was wow. Yeah, that was fun.
When we saw the number, we were like, "Oh man!" So many people had scheduled it on the app.
Yeah, we were the like MomoCon usually has a good bit of Sonic programming, and we were the number one scheduled Sonic programming or RSVP'd, I should say, for MomoCon.
Mm-hmm.
So yep. So that was really neat. I also want to say hi, Sav. Sav is, one of those people that has worked with Expo and been a really, really nice light and like helping organize stuff and getting to know everyone. So
yeah, I was about to say hi, Savvy in the audience.
Yeah.
Howdy.
Good to see you. Yeah, fun stuff.
Let me grab the next question here. Oh, what was it like to plan the formation of the group? Were there any challenges that you faced?
Big question. So, kind of like you were saying, Kevin, getting to know people and like seeing how many people there were in Georgia alone, I was kind of focused on the people have to be in Georgia. Like we'll start there because I have friends from all over who are willing to help and willing to do things, and I was like, Sonic Society of the US. Even though it could be, it's totally fine too. But I was like, okay, we're gonna find people that are in the state. And I had talked to, I'm pretty sure, like Jay and Joseph before, and just kind of thought like, oh, I know this person. Like I'm pretty sure we were like mutuals already. And that is just kind of how that worked. And then correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Jay was the one that was like, oh, well, Liv and Jonathan are also in Georgia, and they have also been working the events and doing things like that. Am I right? Right? That's the first time
I
I met
think you
y'all,
got
I
it
think.
backwards.
I think I reached out to you and I was like, Jonathan and Jay have been talking about doing like some type of Atlanta Sonic thing when you posted about like, hey, is anybody interested? And I was like,
Okay.
yes, they are. They are. And then
I reached out to Jay, and then we all kind of like grouped up.
Liv, where
And
did
then
you
you had
follow me
already.
from?
Me?
I was like, yes. How did
Some
you follow
random
me?
TikTok or a con or something. I don't
I
even
think it
know.
was. It's probably
Like, what?
from Expo because
I think it was
Yeah.
Expo or CCS. One of the
because
two.
it had to have been Expo because I remember we had followed a whole bunch of people and that's how I followed you.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, Jen,
No,
I
you're
know.
right. You stopped by the stand, I believe.
Yeah.
I know we
Oh,
met Jen when I went to go meet Kirk Thornton. I know we had talked a little bit, and then I followed you afterwards, and we got to talking, and we were just
yeah.
like, oh, yeah, this would be cool to do.
Yeah, and Jen, I think we saw each other in passing before we really knew each other. You might be remembering that. I remember you seeing you on an elevator or something like that at Sonic Expo, if I really recall. I could be wrong about that, but I know I saw you. We probably saw each other in
Yeah.
passing before we knew
That's
each
the
other.
thing. It's like I've probably seen everyone. And
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
how much happens in here? Yeah. It's like I just it's kind of one of those things where you know how you have like a friend and it's like, how do I know you? And that's kind of how it feels like here. I talk to everyone on Instagram DMs. That's how it
Yeah.
worked. But I kind of going back to the question, I knew that, you know, I wanted people who it wasn't just whatever for. I mean, like even right now, you can see like the gear in the background and on the people, things like that. Like I didn't want someone who was like a casual Sonic fan. Like, of course they're welcome, but I wanted people who were really passionate, like, you know, Liv, Jonathan, Jay, and Joseph. So it makes a difference when people are kind of like, yeah, I live this. Because it's really a big part of your life once you start to work and stuff on it. um a lot of us, if not, I want to say everyone is just, you know, busy during the week, and then we log on and we're like, okay, so what are we doing now? So it's kind of people who were willing to make like that time sacrifice, because it does take a lot of time to put stuff together. um yeah, and these lovely people were like, I don't mind that. And went from there.
I can't remember the second part of the question. What the answer? What were there any challenges you faced in forming the group?
I feel like, kind of like I touched on before, like with the people from other areas of the country wanting to join. Because a lot of my friends in Texas were like, you know, if you need help like getting stuff started up and, you know, figuring it out and like kind of forming it, I really wanted to be like, yeah, sure, it's fine if you live somewhere else. But, you know, at the end of the day, there's so many like hardworking, talented people that I didn't want to just like skip over Georgia and be, you know, oh well, we've got members from everywhere. Exec members, that is. So like for example, it's much easier for us to like get together and do things when we're all in state and not someone from like Canada. And I love my friends in Canada, they're awesome, but you know, it's groundwork too, because it's about going to events, it's about being able to advertise. Kind of like, for example, Jay went out to DreamHack and had our posters and got to meet more people there. um it's kind of the biggest issue was in part finding those people, but also they're right there. You know, I guess maybe the harder part was like deciding. But I feel like there were some good decisions made.
Oh, speaking of which,
Yeah.
Jay, since you went to DreamHack, did you get to meet Jenny Yakabori there, the voice of Vanilla?
I did not. DreamHack was so packed. It felt it's much smaller on scale than a MomoCon, right? But it still felt so packed. There's so many content creators and streamers, and one thing that I think helps me excel in the group and helping the group is just how I rock my Sonic merch or how I do my Sonic cosplay. People who are casually into Sonic, people who are hardcore Sonic fans, I'm able to grab their attention, get them interested. Oh, I went. My friend actually invited me to DreamHack. He was a streamer, and he got me a pass, and we went to this content creator summit. And it was so many people. They like my Sonic ears. They like my Sonic cosplay. I said, "Hey, you join the Discord. We do the great things in Georgia, fun things, great things coming up." So I didn't. So to answer your question, I did not get to see them, but I got to connect with so many fans who now are with us. So I think that's the beauty of it. How Jen was speaking about originally, just doing the groundwork, being able to be here in Georgia and capture those people who will be interested, capture people who might not know, and convince them like, hey, you should be a Sonic fan. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, DreamHack's a lot of fun. I went a few years ago. Yeah. Hey Trigger, I believe SM Bros had a question. If you wanted to call them up.
Sure, of course. Hello, SM.
Hello.
Hey.
SM.
Hey.
How's it going, y'all?
What's
What's
up?
up? What's up?
And I was just about to jump into some Team Sonic racing here while I'm on here.
Nice.
So my question to y'all is, what are some of y'all's favorite projects that y'all have done as a whole?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Good question. I mean, it's pretty recent, and but it's a pretty big claim to fame. I feel like for our group, getting like our things ready for the MomoCon panel, like the tier list, like shifting out what topics we want to do. We did, for those who don't know, we did characters all time favorite character tier list. We did shipping tier list that got some feathers ruffled, and then we did a video game music Sonic tier list. So that was just a fun project. I don't know if I'm speaking for the whole group necessarily. We all have our unique experiences and our favorites, but for me, that was a favorite. Another one we did, Live playing like an online event that we did, like an online video game-ish event. I forget what game was it, y'all? I hadn't even heard of that game before.
Arctic
Phone in like just in our little video game like voice chat, and there were so many people and it was so fun. I feel like MomoCon was like really big for us and it was really exciting to meet everyone and everything, but I think the most fun that I've had was doing that. It was really fun.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, so definitely. I'd say like
It's
those
a
probably.
cop out answer to. It's a cop out answer to say everything. But if I get to talk about Sonic, I'm having
Everything.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Did that answer your question? Okay.
Thank you,
SM Bros?
though. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much does it. That pretty much
Thanks for
answers my
your question.
question.
Thanks for asking.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Trigger, would you like to ask the next question on the list?
Sure. Let's see here. Just I out of curiosity, and this is more because as we know as the Sonic franchise as a whole is going in so many directions now compared to how it was before, where Sonic was just Sonic, but now we've got more directions that's going, like say like more crossovers. So to all of you, out of curiosity, what are your opinions on the direction that the Sonic franchise is pushing towards? Like again, when it comes to the crossovers, like say Godzilla or DC Heroes.
That's a very fun question, and I'm always geeked out to talk about how Sonic and Sega team moves with Sonic. But I'll start off though, because I'm pretty sure my members have their own thoughts as well. I think it's pretty smart. When you want to grow any franchise, I think it's important to be inclusive in all different forms of media that people like to consume. So A lot of us might have started with the video games. A lot of us might have started off with the movies. You know, there's so many different onboarding points, and I think those collaborations really get people interested. Like Godzilla. What was the other? It was another announcement. It's an anime one.
Evangelion.
Yeah,
Evangelion.
Evangelion.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like whoa,
I don't
like
watch
that.
anime. I don't know how to say it, but that one.
Evangelion is funny.
Yeah, it's funny because I hear like it's yeah, it's so like I don't know, the tone is just different, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's fun, and you should do these things. That's how we get stuff like the Chaotix podcast. That was super dope. So, and it gives a lot of fans of different characters, a lot of storylines. It gives people things to invest in and branch out into and lore. People who are into like a lot more lore, they might not be into the games like that. People who want to start it off in the movies want to get into the mainline canon. So I think they're doing it. There can be, I guess, some detractors who might say, "Oh, it's not Sonic Sega. They just want to collab with anybody and everything." But I think it's pretty advantageous overall, and I like the direction that they're going, specifically with media overall media Sonic, not just video games, not just movies. Like let's do everything. Let's tie in everywhere we can. Crossover is this. So that's my opinion on that.
Really quickly, I do also want to say, I'm so sorry. Really quickly, I do also want to say, hi Lux, you missed the 2-minute section of me glazing you. I am so happy to see you. I'm always so happy to see you. Thank you for coming in. Joseph, off to you.
It's all good. No, I was actually just wanting to say I felt like for a while because I've been a fan, like I said, since I was 7. Of course, Sonic's had, you know, in some people's opinions, hard times, better times. I didn't care. I always loved Sonic, but the movies were such a huge boon to the franchise. It helped Sega remember the mascot that they have, and I've known so many people that I've met that started with the movie and maybe branched off into something else. I myself, I talked about it a little earlier in my intro, but I started off, you know, reading the Archie comics. I still remember issue 122. That's what I started with, and ever since then, I read, and like Jay was saying, I got deep into the lore of that, and then I was like, oh, the games, and it was really just a bridging on point. But one of the biggest things we talked about from the beginning, we don't care if you're a fan. Maybe you started today, maybe you're just entering this call somehow, and you're like, hey, like, what's this about? It doesn't matter. We love anyone who wants to like hang out, talk about Sonic, and just have a good time with us. Honestly.
I think what's interesting about this question is like, yes, Sega has the IP everywhere now, but like the Sonic IP that is. But it's also kind of fun because, wasn't there like, aren't there Care Bears in Rumble or something? There's Care Bears somewhere. They're somewhere. And like, it's fun. You go out shopping, like, why are there Sonic snack bags, but I'm buying them and stuff like that. I think, it's very advantageous, like everyone's been saying, of Sega to like keep pushing because of the, like Joseph touched on, the movies, when you start to be a quote unquote relevant thing again, like it just makes sense. So I'm glad, in turn they're doing well. But it's also, a fan's going to see a Sonic merchandise item everywhere they look, a Sonic game everywhere they look, a crossover, comic book. Like, so it can't get enough of it. It's great.
Yeah, I will say I'm definitely like a big fan of like all the stuff that they're doing to collaborate, especially it's a long time coming, especially with like some of the DC stuff like Sonic and the Flash and all that. That's definitely something that every Sonic fan has pretty much grown up with. Like, oh, like Sonic and the Flash are both speedsters. Let's see, like, and we finally get to see like a whole comic with a collaboration with DC. That's pretty amazing. I like pretty much everything they've been doing. The only gripe I may have is like I want them to fully capitalize when they do these collaborations. Like sometimes, like for the only example I can think of is like Crossworlds. Like if they had more voice, like how they have voice interactions. I wish they had some for like the DLC characters because like when are we gonna see like Sonic collab with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or like Avatar and stuff like that again or Mega Man again? Like to hear them talk with each other would be great. But I mean, the collaboration is still amazing, obviously. But like even Mega Man and Sonic have had collabs in the past, like in the Archie comics. So like it'd been cool to see them interact again. But either way, like as long as they're capitalizing on it, I don't have an issue. I like all the collaborations they've done.
Doesn't Werehog not even have voice line?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish Sega would like fully capitalize on what they got. Like, I know it may
Yeah.
be like more money, but like it's worth it in the end because now people are gonna be like, I'm definitely gonna want to get that because I want to see how they're interacting, or they're gonna watch. It's gonna be more eyes are gonna be on it because like a lot of like Sonic is about like as much as like it's about the games, it's about the characters. So we want to see them interact and do these things and talk to different characters. That's why so many people like the dialogue in Crossroads in the first place, like the rival interactions. So yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I am a really big person who's like, I'm very guilty of being like, oh my god, that's adorable, and I love it. So like crossovers where it's like they just dropped Pico Park for
Yeah, that's
Sonic.
peak.
That was so cute. They look so cute, and it's a game that's like super fun to play. If you've never played Pico Park, go play that game. It's rage bait, but it's super super fun. And I am also definitely guilty of starting with the movies and then getting into like the comics and the games and stuff like that after. Like Joseph said, it's really a branch off type of thing. Um, but I'm so excited to see how they're gonna like add Amy into the movies. I'm so excited to see more like
Metal.
this is typical, but like girly power stuff. I'm very excited.
The juxtaposition between Amy and Metal, I'm very excited to see.
Yes!
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the combination of the two in one movie, I'm extraordinarily excited as well. I absolutely
All I
agree.
need to say is if they don't put Rouge in that post credit scene, I'm gonna fight somebody.
You
Rouge,
might be fighting somebody. You
silver.
might be
I
fighting
need
somebody.
Rouge.
I don't know who they would put in the end credits. That's a good question.
I need Rouge.
What color shirt is she gonna wear?
Yeah. I'm not so sure if Silver might make that end screen personally. Like, most likely, in my opinion, it's
I would
probably gonna be
love to
someone
see
from
that.
Team Dark, which
The
I'm honestly
thought I
hoping
had was
for.
Silver.
But yeah, I think it might be someone just from that world, just in general, rather
Yeah.
than
Because they're
fully be
talking about
time.
the Shadow spinoff, so that would make sense.
Yeah, that
True.
does make sense.
Might be another
Yeah.
So,
That is
guys,
true.
movie event
what
next
color shirt
December.
is she gonna wear?
White and pink, I guess.
Mhm.
Joseph, what did you say?
What is Team Dark's color? I don't know.
Movie event, the way they described it, next December, even after like the movie coming out earlier in the year. So
Mm-hmm.
we wondered for a while what that might be, if it's the Shadow spinoff or something else. I would imagine it's something closer to that, some kind of spinoff.
Yeah. But yeah, that pretty much answers my question. Like, again, like it's brilliant that they're going so many different directions, mainly using the games to do so with like Crossworlds and then Rumble, introducing like,
Mhm.
Godzilla, or like even just car dealerships nowadays like McLaren, which definitely shocked me on
Yeah.
Rumble.
Yeah,
But
that was cool.
like the more they introduce like other partners they're working with, the more like both sides are gonna like say cross paths with each other and get
Yeah.
like one taste over the other. Like, say, Godzilla fans may not know much about Sonic, then they get pulled to that after seeing it, and then vice versa, and it's brilliant.
Yeah,
But
you're
To
that
right
touch
pretty much
on
about
answers my
it,
that for
question.
sure.
we
Yeah,
all
not to
got
trail
it.
on it too much, but even how you said Trigger with like McLaren, like on the Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, like the stickers, they have like everything. They have Puma, they have like Lenovo, like and like it's interesting just to see. But yeah.
Blade, I felt.
Yeah.
The Sanrio collab too, kind of like Liv was talking about, when there is like, because Sanrio is like a very cutesy brand, like typically I know like that consumer market can lean like more towards female or AFAB people, and it is kind of, a really really fun thing to see like the crossover for like, Sonic sometimes like is associated with like younger like guys and things like that, so it's really nice to see like the opportunity there too.
Yeah, it's a lot of different branches. Like I also like how they got Rebecca Sugar for the Chaotix Case Files as well. It's got a lot
Yeah.
of crossover with like Steven Universe fans and stuff. Like, oh, I'll check that out because she did the song or like stuff like that. It's just cool to see them working with different partners that are like famous for different things, and then like they got new connections from that. And even like with them getting people, I'm really excited about how they got like a bunch of artists to come to Sega HQ in Japan and stuff. Like, I don't know what they're cooking, but they got some crazy artists coming over there. So like that kind of partnership and collab, I'm always looking forward to it.
Music for sure.
Alrighty, well, I'd say it's time to move on to the next one. If you have one you want to ask there, Kevin.
Well, we can pick an audience question now. So Supersonic 2073 has a tech question. What is your first? Excuse me. What is your first Sonic animated series of your childhood?
Like
Definitely
X.
Sonic X. Definitely
Yeah.
Sonic X.
Mine was
I
Oh wait,
don't
you know what? Hold
know.
on.
I think it might have been Sonic. I watched literally every single Sonic thing. Like it was on rotation because my brother and sister, they like video games and stuff. So like they had like Sonic Underground on VHS and stuff, and like I want to say it was Sonic Underground or the OVA because I had that on DVD as well. I know that was like constantly in rotation. I don't know, but I definitely did watch Sonic X a lot. Like that was my first. I was like, oh, I'm locked into this. Like Sonic is doing this. Sonic is fighting Knuckles. I remember watching that episode and being so excited. Like it's called like Cracking Knuckles or something. I like watched that episode. That was peak as a kid. I was just like, oh my goodness. Like so, I think for the most part it was Sonic X, but I think I started with like the OVA or Underground.
Mine was definitely Sonic X. It's funny, I actually still have it somewhere. I could dig it out. But I have a Game Boy cartridge, Game Boy Advance
Yeah, me
cartridge.
too. Yeah.
Oh, I remember
Download
the.
it over and over. But the other thing I was going to say is at some point, I don't remember if it was like '07 or something, but I found a complete series of Sonic SatAM, and I actually watched all that too, and I thought that was really cool as well. It's just like a whole different take on Sonic, kind of. And of course,
Right.
that linked to some of the lore that tied into like Archie stuff that I knew too. So I was like, oh, this is really cool. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I think that was the one I probably fully watched because I just had the whole set. But yeah, Sonic X probably was the first.
Jay, did you have something you wanted to say?
Oh no! I was just saying
Okay.
Sonic X. Like, yeah, it was just Sonic X. Like that's where I started. Sonic X. I was crazy about that. And then ironically, it was on like I think it was YouTube Poop. If y'all know what that is, if y'all remember what
Yeah.
that is, that's when I found out about the other older cartoons that I was a little too
Yeah.
young to have watched in real
Yeah.
time when they were airing. But it was Sonic X for sure. But then I did some research and went back and whatnot. But yeah.
So I feel like like my jump to answer was Sonic X. Like one of my, if not my absolute first memory was Sonic. I was like on vacation, and you know how you like kind of skip through channels and stuff, like when you're in a hotel room, something like that. And we had gone downstairs to, it was a beach hotel. It was the Cabana Bar. And so we went downstairs to that, and they had like this little TV in the corner. And I remember being like, I would like a virgin strawberry daiquiri. And they were like, okay, girl. And they were like, okay, well, y'all are at the bar, so we'll put on a kids show. Um, and I think like that's my first like conscious memory of anything related to Sonic. So I got to go with Sonic X, but also special shout out, like everyone was saying, to Underground. Manic and Sonia are not forgotten. I wish they would make a return, but they're kind of dead to the world now, unfortunately. I have two siblings, so there's three of us, and we would watch Sonic Underground, and like it low-key makes me emotional because like it's really sweet. But we had like the DVDs, things like that. And yeah, like seeing them and having like the three of them and being like, I'm the girl, and then like it's a big part of my identity growing up, it feels like. But yeah, definitely those two have a very special place in my heart.
I have a very like different experience with Sonic in where I didn't have a lot of like TV or entertainment like that growing up. And within the past 3 or 4 years since I've gotten into Sonic, I think my first media experience with Sonic was actually when the movie started to come out, and I like watched it, and then we started like playing games. Like I met him and we started playing the games together, and he was super into it, and that made me get super into it. And I did watch Sonic X. I do love Sonic X. But I think the movies were my first real like, oh, that's Sonic the Hedgehog. Like I knew who he was, and like I'd seen like ads and I knew about the games and stuff. But getting into it later in life is definitely like like I'm definitely still getting into like I have to watch Underground still. I wanna next on my list is Boom.
Boom is
Okay,
Boom is funny.
I'm gonna talk about it.
Yeah,
About it.
Boom is hilarious.
Yeah, talking about Liv touching base with like, more recent years, a lot of people who are younger, maybe like for our group, we do ask that people be 18. A lot of those people who are like, freshly turning into a young adult grew up with Boom. And it's awesome because I still love Boom. I was a little too old to watch like Cartoon Network at that point in my life, but it's my rerun show. So absolutely, like the more recent stuff is awesome too. It's such a great gateway.
Yeah, no, Boom was actually, it's funny. When I put it on sometimes, like just on the TV on Hulu or something, I think it was for a while, which I have the DVD or the Blu-ray now, but I would put it on and my brothers would be like, oh, this is actually like really hilarious and stuff, because they're kind of familiar. They know how much I love Sonic, but they would actually really enjoy it too, just because of how funny it was. So it's a great
The
point
humor
for
is so good for even like the young adult area stuff for sure. I also think Boom was great for realizing on merchandise because I'm still digging through Mercari to try and find that stuff.
So who doesn't love Sticks?
Oh gosh. If we get into character stuff, we're gonna be here forever. Like just for real.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's gonna be panel all over again. No,
My question is, does Sticks erase Marine for everybody, or is like, are
Yeah,
they
I
still?
know it's a thing. I don't think it does for people. I think if it did, then they just didn't play Rush Adventure. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I remember.
Sega's Forgotten Orange Daughters.
Yeah.
To call too. Talk about Orange Daughters.
Exactly.
The call is goaded. Like, come on,
Talk
bro.
about,
They
like,
need to do something. They need to do something.
They so scared. They're, oh my gosh, I don't know why they're so scared. But
I thought they were gonna do something with her in the Knuckles spinoff or Sonic 2, but they didn't do anything. I was like, oh, okay. But
maybe we'll get an animated something.
Answer from all of us. We just all want to talk today. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Trigger, would you like to ask the next question in the list?
Sure. Let's see here. I guess to all of you, for your whole entire group, out of curiosity, what would you have to rank as is your biggest and most successful achievement, and why?
Related to the group?
Well, more so
like
related
personal?
to the group. More so related to the group, and I guess in like events you've been a part of, like examples being like MomoCon that you mentioned earlier, or like even just like even just stuff with like your media as well. Like, what would you have to say was your most successful achievement?
So being our event planner, doing all of the stuff and like figuring out like where should we go, what should we do, how should we do it, who's gonna be able to come, all of that is a very like all-encompassing role for me, I feel like. And seeing like we did a small meetup where we watched the Mario Galaxy movie. That was our first meetup, and Nova actually was like one of the only people that came, and I was so grateful to them because they showed up and they showed out and they were super sweet. But then the next event, when we did the like Marietta Square Market meetup, people just kept coming in. And I'm sitting there like, oh, people are coming? This is so cool. I'm so excited. And we met so many new people. And we met I think that was the first time I met Kevin as well. But we met so many people and we've gotten so many things done. And I definitely do have very many plans for very many more events. I think it really like it's just like a healing part of my soul to be like, oh, there are people who like this stuff too, and there are people who actually want to come out, and there are people who like appreciate like the effort that I put into like getting everyone together, and it makes me feel so good. It's like my
I would agree. I think, it's special shout out. I will say Liv has been really, really great about planning things. again, it takes a lot of work from everyone. I walked around MomoCon with that sign on my book bag. I looked like such a crazy dork, but I was like, I don't care. I do not care. We had special permission from security to have the sign out because it wasn't part of a cosplay. And I was like, I could have told you I was cosplaying like some random NPC from like Sonic Adventure. like I don't care. It could have worked. The amount of effort and like everyday things that go into it really make like the bigger events worth it. So I am gonna touch base again on MomoCon, like Jay was saying earlier, because that was so good. We had a lot of planning. Like I was sitting at the Crossworlds tournament earlier in the day at MomoCon. Bless you, Nova. I know you're in the chat. It took so long. MomoCon had a lot of difficulties with the tournament, but I was sitting in the audience, like watching, doing work, and it seeing it come to fruition is awesome. It's rewarding. It's like Liv said, other people care. It's like, you tell some of your adult friends, oh, I'm working on a Sonic thing, and they don't understand like the capacity of what's going on and why it's worthwhile and why there's a convention that has thousands of people coming to it. I gotta go with MomoCon because MomoCon was like all this work that we'd done for months, like just kind of being there, and it was just awesome to see.
Yeah. Like Jim was saying, MomoCon. I can tie it into a bit more of a personal, but still related to the group MomoCon. I have some of my esports students. They were like really excited. They were at MomoCon. They were all like, Mr. Clark, when's your panel? We have to come. And they had just graduated high school. So like they were just super excited, and it was cool just to see everyone who's excited about Sonic, but then also like my students, ironically, like be able to pull up. So that's just what made it even more special for me. Such a huge achievement. I'm like, wow, even in like my own personal setting of work, whatever. Sonic is pervasive. I'm always a Sonic guy at work anyway. So it was that's why it was so magical. So like, and then just to have a panel like that big in our not even our first full year. So it just has to be MomoCon for right now. But I'm sure we'll have many more and many more grandiose.
I do want to like. So for reference, the number of RSVPs we had was just shy of like 600 at the end of the day.
Yeah.
As a group that, like right now, I think we're just shy of like 200 in our member base. On our Discord server, just shy of, I want to say 400 on Instagram. It was just awesome because it's like, even if we don't know you and you don't know who we are, please come. Like Jay said, having students show up, that's awesome. I had coworkers show up to the panel and I'm like, you hear me talk about this every day. I'm sorry. Now you can see like why I'm crazy about it. And to spare the dramatics, like literally at the end of the panel, I was like starting to cry, and Liv was like, "We're good. We're having a great time. It's fine." And I was like, "You're right. We're good." It all kind of comes back, and I'm sure any of us would say this, to like being a kid and like. Here we go. So, it can be like, oh, you're a nerd. Oh, you're weird. Oh, you're like, however old you are and you still care about this stuff. But then there's a room of people who also care about it. And you're like, maybe it's not that weird. I'm next.
Please. The community is really, really like good. Yeah, getting that sense of community is kind of like what I was talking about. It's really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I will say the MomoCon panel was actually really surreal for me because it's my first time doing a panel as well. I've been to plenty, but I was just like, wow, like being on that stage and seeing all the people who showed up, it meant a tremendous amount. Just like Jen was saying, that like all these people showed up, and that moment where you're like, oh, I have all these people I can talk to about Sonic stuff, and I'm always talking to everybody I know about things. I'm either referencing something from the show, something inspirational Sonic said at one point or another, and just always talking about how much I love them, and then just to have that room of people come and be able to enjoy it with them was unbelievable, honestly.
And even in like the smaller rooms of people where it is a smaller event, and I get it, and it's more personable, like it pays for itself in the time and the effort like 10 times over, always.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. Oh, who?
I was just gonna say in terms of like accomplishment, that felt like really big. But every event we've had has just been awesome. We've had a good time.
Yeah, I believe the question was like the greatest achievement, like or like accomplishment in the group, basically, right? I mean, I just being a part of it to me is just something that's just so great. Like I've always been like the kind of person that wants like to build a community. Like so just being a part of this in general is like an achievement. Like I'm glad that it's all like coming together. We're all here celebrating Sonic, what it is for us in our lives and stuff. So that's always going to be the greatest achievement to me. But beyond that, I guess we're for like a specific thing like doing the art and graphics sometimes for like some of the posters and then doing the main like art for it was definitely like really fun for me, and it was like cool just trying to like create something for Georgia, for Sonic.
We need to change the topic now.
Yeah, you weren't allowed to make us both like get a
What?
little tears.
I know.
Like,
What?
You know,
I wasn't trying to.
jeez, man.
I'm just being
Jonathan,
real. What?
Jonathan said it perfectly. You know, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it really is like being able to do stuff. And like at the end of the day, someone might look and be like, oh, I don't know who these people are. I don't care. Like, we're doing what we want to do. And, you know, being like the group in Georgia now is just awesome. And I can't wait. I can't wait for Expo too. Can't wait for the new
Yeah,
stuff coming up.
Oh, I can't
we gonna
wait.
be there at Expo. Y'all gotta lock
Y'all
in.
got it.
Trust.
Yeah.
We're gonna be all
We
over
gonna have
Expo.
we gonna surprise y'all with Expo. Trust.
This summer and like leading up, we do have, you know, a ton of stuff going on. I do want to also say, like, just while we're here, if you guys are anywhere near Georgia or you are thinking of coming to Expo and you would like a way in, they are still looking for volunteers. They are still looking for people to help with like setup and getting the show going. There's always ways to like find a place in the community, even if you don't have a group like this where you are. Um, there's always that it just takes asking. You closed mouths don't get fed. It just takes asking. If you want to be a part of something, you got to be the person to take initiative and do it. So
Yeah, I can also
they're
add
always
like
looking for people.
even just showing up like really does
Mhm.
mean a lot to the group, to these
Yeah.
groups and conventions as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dino Kaiju had a question, so I'll bring him up.
Alrighty.
Yeah, hello.
What's up?
Hey, Dino.
Hey,
Hello.
Hey, Dino.
Mortal
Hello.
Kombat.
Hello. How's
Creation.
everyone doing today? First of all, nice to meet everyone here.
Hey, you
Same.
too.
Likewise.
To meet you.
All right. All right. So, my question to everyone here. So, considering that that this is mostly a fan meetup group and stuff like that. I'm curious to know. I assume there are considering for how long this group has been around. I assume are there plans to do like big meetups for stuff like some of the bigger stuff, like let's say like Sonic Movie Force premiere or
Yep.
Sonic Live in concert or maybe like stuff like a new game on release date or something like that. Like if that's okay for you to ask. Answer, I
So
mean.
I do have so many plans. Like I was saying in another answer, being the event planner is so all encompassing that it's like I literally have a full notebook where it's just like this comes out on this day. Sonic's birthday is this day. We could do this. We could do this, that. I'm dropping like tea right now. I definitely have plans to do something for Sonic's birthday. We're going to do something online so that we can have all of our friends, but we're also going to do an in-person meetup. I have every intention of planning stuff for the Sonic concert in Atlanta, doing something like that. The like everything and anything. There's a movie theater in Atlanta. I don't know if you're in Georgia, but there's a movie theater in Atlanta and they have 4D and it's so cool. And I want to do something with like the Sonic movie coming out with 4D. It's so much. And that's part of what I love so much because I love planning things and I love getting people together, just even in my like everyday life. And it's so fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, and I assume so. And assume that with all these events, I assume there's not just gonna be like casual people, but even I assume like there in some of these meetups, there's like people that go on cosplay as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We absolutely encourage, like, if you want to dress up as your favorite character, if you want to do your cosplay, if you want, like, if you are an artist and you have some type of like stickers, cards, something like that, if you make content, if you like anything, we are so open to that. Like, please express yourself, please show us like your stuff like that. Like, we have so many awesome artists in our group, not just Jonathan, of course. Awesome art, by the way, check him out.
All right.
um but we have so many people who have so many creative ideas and experiences, and I always am going to be like, yes, do that, please come, even if you're like nervous about it. Please show us what you got. You don't got to be in Georgia to be in our group. You can show up and be like, hey, I'm from halfway across the world. Like, I think we have somebody from Beijing. Is that where they're from? I don't remember.
Really?
Yeah, but they like do art and they're super cool. I can't think of their like tag right now. But I do remember having a conversation with them and they were like, "Yeah, I'm in China." And I was like, "That's fire."
Yeah.
It's so
We definitely want to encourage that too, because I mean, this is what we're doing it for. It's a safe space to engage and have that discussion, be in community with Sonic fans. So we definitely want to encourage everyone to at these events pop out in their full passion, whichever that is. You know, presenting, showcasing their art, cosplay that they've made, whatever. Like we just want to encourage that because there's not many opportunities to do that anyway in Georgia, even if you're just an all around nerd in general, besides conventions. So that's what we want to do it for. Definitely bouncing off Liv.
yeah. It's just so great.
Is it Miju that you're thinking of, the one in China?
I think so. Maybe.
Yeah, 'cause she does a lot of artwork.
I think that might be it. I'm not knowing off the top of my head. Like Jen said, we have like 200 plus people in that Discord right now. It's all like,
Oh wow, 200.
yeah.
All right. Anyone else want to chime in?
This pretty much covers it, I think.
I mean,
With the events that we got planned, we definitely do plan on doing a lot of stuff with like any of the bigger events. Like I said, like we were talking about with Sonic Expo, we're definitely going to be there as well. So you can expect us to see us at anything pretty much in Georgia. If there's a big event, we're going to be planning something.
for sure, yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, I guess that does answer my question. Thank you guys so much for the answer, and yeah, hope you have a good rest of your day and enjoy the panel.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Dino.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah, thank you. I love getting to talk about what I do for fun.
Yeah. Also, Savvy's like SOS collab when, oh yes, heck, let's go.
I mean,
Hit me up. I also take event ideas. Slide into my DMs for sure.
I'll make this a two-parter since they kind of go into each other. But I guess I'll ask the first part first. So you recently did a meetup, which is the Marietta one, that had a pretty good turnout. How did it feel as the ones who are running the group to have that initial success?
It's like I've been talking about with like event planning and all that. It is absolutely electrifying to put all the work in and be like, okay, where can we go? What can we do? Who's going to want to be included in this? Who's going to have this? And then just to see it all pan out and to see people walk through the doors of the place we're sitting at. Because, like, as board members, we usually get there early, or we try to at least. We usually get there early so that we have a space for everybody to sit. And we do all this. And just seeing everybody come in, it's like, oh my gosh, like, it literally gives, it like makes me fangirl a little bit. But yeah, I like Jen, I know you gotta feel really good like having like being our founder and stuff and having people be like, oh, this is so awesome just from your little idea and it's all big now.
it's kind of surreal because a lot of the times, you know, it's people that I've seen online or like that I, have met before. Like Kevin, I met you in Reno, I want to say, and it's like small world. It's really cool, like being able to see people like physically come out, or like another person who I like am a fan of. They go by Oliver, or like they're an artist that does stuff on Instagram that I followed forever. And I was like, God. And they brought like merchandise for everyone and like little photo cards and buttons, and like Jonathan also brought like the 3D prints of like the
Oh yeah, the life
the little
icon. Yeah.
meme Sonic. And you did the shadow one too, and
Yeah.
it's really fun because people just kind of want a place to do stuff, a place to like belong, and if we can be that place for even a couple of hours, then our job is done. Yeah.
Oh,
That's part of what I love.
and the second part is, so Atlanta has a huge fan base. What is your strategy to tap into that?
I can speak towards that because I definitely that's we all assist in each role in the group, but that definitely falls into mine a lot. Um, I mean, Atlanta is also a part of Georgia, so and Atlanta's a great meetup point, but Georgia is really where like all of our fans are, literally. Like from North Georgia to South Georgia. I'm more in Southern Georgia, like past the airport. But like I'll travel out to Marietta, I'll travel out to the wherever it is, and I've even given Liv some ideas too, like, hey, let's maybe do something right here. Let's do something for different parts of people in Georgia, because we all know Georgia's a big state. So I feel like that's how we capitalize off of it. Just encapsulating, grabbing everyone from every side of Georgia as much as we can, and that'll become a lot easier once we expand as well, even to literally southern Georgia, like Macon, for instance. So that goes into the long term, growing as much as we can, getting more support. But that is a strategy. On top of just being visible, being out in events, and yeah, just that's basically what I do. That's what I love doing. Meeting the physical aspect and in-person aspect of people, and getting them excited to want to join us. And that's what it's all about for me. So that is where I think that strategy can come into play for us.
Yeah, like just sorry, really quickly, with getting like the outer edges of Georgia, because I do know like us, at least our board, we're all kind of metro Atlanta area. And it does make it a little bit harder, not necessarily harder, but like it makes it a little more difficult for our people like who are in like Savannah, for example. Like they're not going to be able to drive a few good hours out for an event that lasts a few hours and then go all the way back home. So I do at some point I do plan on looking into getting like some people for our event planning so that I can have like people who are in areas and other places so that we can do more stuff like that.
So, for example, we have a decent number of our members who do live down in Augusta.
Mm-hmm.
Augusta has meetups for cons usually with like Sonic stuff. Like there was a con
Yeah.
down there that had like a couple of Sonic fans that were together. Um, in the future, kind of what we're talking about with like expanding, it would be based off of Texas. So Texas has been established for, I want to say this is 4 or 5 years. Someone can correct me. But they've been a thing for, quite a minute. And they have been able to spread throughout Texas. Like I know there's like San Antonio, Dallas. I could literally open their Discord that I'm in right now, but I will focus on this. And they have the representatives from each area, kind of like Liv was talking about. So in the future, like as things do adjust and get bigger, if that is what the cards have in store, then it can definitely be addressed as such, because a lot of those meetups still have really good turnouts when they're in an area that might not be as tapped into. With us living in the perimeter, it's really, really nice because, or OTP, if it like outside of the perimeter of Metro Atlanta, since we're all there, it's really nice for us because we can meet up in person.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's also a little bit of a disadvantage because, we are not in Southern Georgia. So we do
Yeah.
not have the reach down there yet. We have people who are, members from southern Georgia, different parts of Georgia, but it's just a little bit more difficult when we can't, again, do groundwork, things like that. So a big part of things is being able to physically be somewhere. And, maybe the next time one of us does like a Florida trip or something, I'm going to tell them to put stickers in gas station bathrooms or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like the reach will come in due time. Like the community that we've already like garnered is one that I and everyone here values so much that, due time. Due time.
Yes, absolutely.
As,
Yeah.
as well as online events for our people who are
Mhm.
not in state and are farther where we aren't as mobile and as active. That's where we shine as well, being able to just get that online reach and bring them in and have like online game nights like we did I think
Yeah.
that was a couple weeks ago as well.
Guard Your
So
Phone was the first time we did like an online event, and it was super fun. And honestly, I'm so excited to do more game nights. And I like not even just game nights, but even just like doing online meetups and stuff, even if we're just like yapping. It's super fun. And I'm so excited to do more.
Hey, Liv, I don't know if you're in contact with Corey Maru, aka Patrick, who's the director of Sonic Expo Atlanta, but
Mhm.
he's in Savannah, and I'm sure he knows people down there that could help as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know him a little bit more. He signed one of my Sonic Sonic and Sega Fan Jam remix posters that I made for that event. I haven't reached out to him, but yeah, we should. I think we're gonna contact him pretty soon. We're kind of getting our the ground running, and then we're gonna reach out to like him because he's pretty big into the scene with that kind of thing.
And I have met him before. I did meet him at Sonic Expo Atlanta last year, and he was so sweet.
He's a goat.
Like 45 minutes.
Yeah, he's a goat.
He was great.
Oh yeah, great guy. I've known him for years and years. He's very passionate at what he
Yes,
does.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay,
I think
Trey. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think like they said, like really getting stuff together, because I think someone earlier had asked like when we did start up stuff. I'd been in talks with Texas like early last year, but it didn't really come to fruition until about January of this year for us. So it's definitely like they were saying, get the base built. Like I was literally talking to Jonathan the other day about like artwork, like just make it exist, you can make it good later. Like so we decided, when this was official, when we were able to get the artwork and get the branding and get the, that first base, I think now we're in a really good spot where we are confident to like do bigger things like that in the future.
Okay,
Speaking
hey,
of
Trigger,
art-
I believe. Oh, I'm sorry. Was somebody about to say something?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay. No worries. Hey, Trigger, I believe Nova is next, since they had their hand up for a bit. Would you like to call them up?
Yes, sir.
Of course.
Hey, Nova.
Hello, Nova.
Hi. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to keep my composure because the Xbox show has been crazy. But I just
Yeah, it
wanted to
has.
ask you as
I just saw Spyro, bro. What is going on? Like,
I'm genuinely tweaking over it. Like what?
yeah.
But no, I want to keep it Sonic related right now. But I've been wanting to ask you guys in a group setting for the longest, and I think a Q&A was like the perfect time for it. When we actually had the panel, the Sonic Power Hour and MomoCon, we actually had like tier lists based on music, characters, etc. I wanted to ask everybody that's on here on the call right now, what is your personal favorite Sonic song? Whether it be a theme, a character theme, or overall theme, what is your favorite out of the entire series?
Favorite
that's a
song.
tough one.
Okay,
Yeah,
I am very biased. So the Tails dolls were kind of how I got into Sonic a lot, as well as the movies, like Sonic EXE type stuff. And I actually make them and like sell them. I have like a prototype right now because of course he's gonna make me show it off. But Can You Feel the Sunshine is like my jam. It gets stuck in my head. I'll just sit there and I'll just be like And
too.
I'm working on them for Sonic Expo this year, and I'm very excited. But yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to say like Diamond in the Sky for Sonic R. I'm gonna keep it on Sonic R for a little bit. But I like that song is peak. Like just I don't know what was going on back then, but like the way they were saying the heart and soul in that song. All the music in Sonic R really. That song just goes crazy. If you ever heard
Shout
that
out
song, I would
TJ
definitely say.
Davis.
Wait, what'd you say?
Oh, I said shout out TJ Davis.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's not like a Sonic R song, I would say like maybe I I don't know. Like I think I really like Throw It All Away. I've listened to that song for so long. I like that song a lot from Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah.
But
Very
those
niche.
would be
Very
like
niche.
kind of my picks personally.
Yeah, I would go with I'm just gonna do a childhood pick really, because like that's where like my passion just like explodes usually. But I think it was the Sonic Gems collection. And that's the first time I heard like Sonic Boom from Sonic CD.
Oh yeah.
And like it just encapsulates everything I love about like Sonic the Hedgehog. Cool, but also the animation tied into it, caring, compassionate, freedom loving, but just cool. Like just aura farming, just I don't know. It does make me like a little emotional and tear up a little bit. But Sonic Boom definitely for me is like so crazy. It just takes me. It's so epic as well. Like it has the build up. Like it's yeah. So I'm gonna stop yapping about it. But Sonic Boom is probably my from Sonic CD if I had
The
to really choose.
remixes in Sonic Gem Collection are peak too, by the way. I just want to say
Yeah,
that real quick.
yeah. So got to be Sonic Boom probably. That's my answer.
This is a really difficult question, honestly, because I'd have to
It
say
is.
it's really cool to see how Sonic music evolved. I had to kind of I look back at it at some point because when I was like young, my first Sonic game was Sonic Adventure, and it was like open your heart, and that kind of even like speaks to where you are as a kid at that point in your life, and it just was like, oh, okay, that's like really cool. And then you get to Sonic Adventure 2, and it's Live and Learn, and you're like, wow, that's incredible. Sonic Unleashed, endless possibilities, like all the Sonic's always just imbued such positivity in general, and I listen to music, like kind of music, all the time. Like I'll listen to other stuff, but I always gravitate back to it. With me, from Song of the Black Knight, like there's just so many good tracks. But I will say, speaking on that subject, I had the time where I was dealing with some things, and around the time when I'm Here came out, it was really perfect for where I was at that point in terms of just needing to do something different and new in my life. And accepting all that, and then knowing I had all those people around me as well, just all the lyrics that he talks about having the people he loves with him in his hands and everything. It means a lot to me. So I would actually probably say that because it was impactful for where I was at that moment. But it's a difficult question because all those tracks, I mean, you can list them and
Yeah.
they're all good. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm here.
Great answers. Obviously, they're all wonderful answers.
Yeah.
I do have one as well. Because Sab is still on the call. As well, this is funny timing. This is my Spotify Wrapped from last year. My number one song was Crush 40 is my number two listened to artist after Charlie XCX. That like all of it, like I really, really love that song, especially like the reason I was listening to it so much last year. After like working with Kirk and like being his handler, like, it was just a weekend. Like, I'm not gonna act like I am like super close with him, but like he recognized me in like Dallas and stuff. And like that really, like, I'm a Shadow fan, but like that really just kind of hit home for me. Um, you know, I've always been like borderline, like, I don't want to use the term goth, but definitely like leaning more towards like a little bit alternative with fashion and things like that. And like talking to people and getting to know like more about Shadow and more about, his character and the people behind him, like it makes me emotional too. Like everyone's saying, like that's really my big thing is like last year, like that being like literally my number one song. Very, very sweet to me, like very personal. And it's a banger. Like all of the Crush 40 stuff is, of course, we all know that.
What song? I couldn't
And
see it.
All of Me.
Okay.
Yeah. Right after I'm Blue.
Real.
I'm a Sonic fan. But those songs, and then Dreams of an Absolution, the versions that are under
Yeah.
Bentley's,
A good one.
the ones that Bentley is getting credit for listening to, like the rock remix is like my favorite. That's also up there too. In case you guys didn't know, like there was some stuff there with like rights to music and supporting them and like anything they do. Love Bentley, like such a great person. Yeah, definitely after seeing like concerts and stuff at like Neon and Expo, I was like, I'm good tune in.
Time to lock in.
Yeah. But thank you, no, but that's a really good question because I feel like with the
Really
panel,
good
there's
question, yeah.
It's a
only so
hard
much
question to
time.
answer.
It's
It's
a
so
hard
hard.
one.
Every
Yeah.
single Sonic song is a good song.
I went
but, like,
basic, but
Yeah.
exactly. Every single song's a good song. Like they're all good.
Like even as y'all were listing them, I'm like, oh, I'm about to change my
like that was
because I'm like the '06 soundtrack banger, the freaking
Yeah.
Sonic Frontiers,
Secret Rings.
all the
Secret
vocal, I just
The
can't.
rings, yeah, it's crazy.
There is also Lux is still in the chat. I didn't realize how tough Infinite Steam was.
I
Of
love
course.
That thing is tough, bro.
Infinite
That
Steam
Like
is
Infinite
that
is
good.
might
tough
be
in
top
general.
five
They did
Sonic
him
song.
dirty in that game, bro. I
That
can't.
might
I
be
can't.
that
Like
might be top five Sonic song all the time. Just
it's
the
a
execution,
great, yeah.
crazy.
But thank you, Nova. I know you had your hand up. We appreciate everything you do.
Yeah, thank
Yes.
you, Nova. Great
Shout
question.
out Never Turn Back from Shadow the Hedgehog 2.
Yeah,
That's
that
one
one
I
is
Cookie.
so good. That one I used to
Cookie.
listen
love
to that
that
song
one.
every
That
day,
one meant a
bro.
lot to me
Cookie.
as well.
See,
All
I
right,
can't.
y'all.
Yeah.
Thank y'all
Yeah,
so
what
much
is
for
that?
letting me come up here and just scream about Sonic music for a second.
Elite ball knowledge.
Elite ball knowledge.
Alrighty.
Let me grab the next one. So me and Trigger actually both had this question. Mm, out of all the challenges you faced into forming the group, what was the toughest barrier, and how did you get around them? Like say anxiety or feeling overwhelmed or not knowing where to start. Like how did you go about it, and what encouragement would you share for any others who are looking to start their own group? Like any advice that you wanted to share? Oh well, I want to form Sonic Society of California or Sonic Society of Interstate here, etc.
Yeah. So, for me personally, I do deal with pretty chronic anxiety. And others, other stuff. We don't have to get into the whole 9 yards here, but like mental health is something that I take really, really seriously. Um, for me, it was, I don't want to say the opposite because it definitely wasn't. It definitely made me feel a lot of belonging, but I did feel, quite anxious about stuff from time to time. When you're starting something up, I feel thankful that like I knew the direction I wanted to go in after talking with Texas and having all these people that I'd met and understanding a little bit of like the different communities and the Sonic community, like modern Sonic community, rather than just when I was younger. It kind of, what's the phrase? It takes a village. Like, it does. Like you might think you know everything about Sonic, you don't. You might think you know everything about talking to people, you don't. You might think, etc. So for me, a lot of the anxiousness was really relieved and alleviated when I got to talk to different people. So with Liz and Ash, who is the other co-founder, just talking to them and like seeing how they started, going back to the first post, going back to those conversations that were the initial founding of anything Sonic Society, I felt, like, oh, this is behind the scenes crap. Like, I got the view here. So it was really, really nice to see where they had come from. I would be a liar if I said there wasn't stuff that still does make me anxious. Like, for example, before MomoCon, we were all kind of like, like, like a little scared. And like, it's important to be transparent because no one's perfect. You know, at the end of the day, we want to sound like, you know, put together and professional, but at the end of the day, we're also just people. And, you know, we have these opinions and we have these feelings. It's not like there's a cure all, but definitely just working with people and like getting to see the building blocks helps so much. For me, like part of, and I kind of talked about this the other day, I went to school for communication and PR/marketing stuff, and I don't really use that in my 9 to 5 ever. And being able to do something that is in turns like a passion project, as well as like getting to put like skills that I've had in the past like to use, really, really makes a big difference, and it makes me feel more fulfilled. So sometimes those feelings of like fulfillment do overtake the anxiety, and it's like a nice, you know, ground there where you're not feeling like that anymore. But there's definitely still things that come up, you know, as there is with any group, like, you know, worry about like, you know, public safety, about like when we're pretty strict about like, you know, being a young adult to be in the group, things like that. um yeah, so it's not like challenges are always there, but it's definitely not like there's never any. It's really the type of thing that would come up with any group, professional or fan group. Anything that comes up is, we'll deal with it, but sometimes, you know, there's emotions. We're humans too.
Yeah, like Jen said, I also I'd never really done anything like this before. And a lot of my anxiety was like, oh, I don't know what this all really entails or what this all is gonna be like. And doing it, she's absolutely right. Like the gratification of doing it kind of makes the anxiety melt away. But if you look, we're gonna get the recording for MomoCon soon. If you look, I'm like shaking on that stage. I was so scared. But then it ended up being so much fun. And I feel like that like is my answer. I'm shaking until it's like super fun. And then I'm like, "Oh, I got this. I'm cool. Like we're dope. We're a dope group. We're fun. We're doing cool stuff." And you know, it is what it is.
It's like the, to quote RuPaul, um, talking about inner saboteur. Like there's
Yeah.
always gonna be the intrusive thoughts. There's always gonna be the voice of like, oh, should I do it? Should I have XYZ? And kind of touch on like what Joseph said with like, I don't want to sound like corny, but like the spirit of Sonic, and he's like, you know, just get it done. Like be the person to do some crap. And it makes me like really, really content to know at the end of the day, whatever you do, it will be fine. Whatever you do, there will be people who aren't interested because of the nature of what we're doing. It's never an end of the world thing. If a challenge comes up, there's nothing that we can't handle. There's nothing that we can't deal
We
with as a
can do
team.
it.
It's kind of it's that, you know, you depend on other people, you depend on the fans and the friends that you meet along the way, and it's a roundabout answer, but it's really
Yeah.
just leaning on other people and like calming down the sense of any doubt that you have. Yeah.
Okay. Trigger, would you like to read the text question from the head moderator of Sonic Society of Texas? I pinned it.
Okay, let's see here. From Paradox, correct?
It's
Yeah.
Hi,
Let's
Lux.
go.
our goats.
Alrighty. Let's see. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I lost it. Oh, ruh-roh.
Oh.
Oh no.
Lux can
Yeah.
also message me if we need.
Hey, I pinged you with the reply ping.
Okay. Let's see. Where's the start? Head moderator of Sonic Society of Texas, our parent branch and general overseer for all other Sonic Society branches here. Simply looking to say that I'm exceptionally proud of them, or sorry, exceptionally proud of the team at SSGA. It is amazing watching the group not only grow, but demonstrate to Georgia how welcoming and exciting a perceived kids-only fan base can be for us adults who, despite our years, will always be kids at heart. Great work, Trailblazers.
This is why.
No, you didn't do
This is why I voted.
Thank you so much.
We love you so much, Lux.
I did not bring tissues with me down here.
Come on, you can.
That's the go. That's the go for real.
I'm gonna blink it away.
Thank you.
Transparently,
Go
like
ahead,
I
Jen.
said, sorry. Lux was like the first. I had met some people at MomoCon last May that were in the Sonic sphere of things. I want to say like Nova. I don't know if you actually remember this, but I definitely met you in like a meet and greet line at MomoCon. And there were a couple of people that I met before, but Lux was like the first person that I had really met that was. I can't do this. Lux was the first person I had met that was really like, tapped in, if you will, with the branches out there. And talking with Lux and like seeing the different things going on out there, like really changed a lot of stuff for me. And I'm gonna lock in. But I can't say thank you enough. And it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but I'm not, because it's genuinely like I was kind of at like a point in my life of like, oh, what do I do? Like, oh, I'm a young adult and life is so challenging and I'm moving and I'm graduating and I'm doing XYZ. And it's kind of like that point of your life where you're done with the quote unquote major events and it's like, what do I do? And it just made all the difference for me and everyone here. Like, those personal connections. Like I said, I met Lux on a shuttle. I met Lux on a bus from the airport because I saw their like bag with like all the Sonic characters on it. And thank you. Like any type of continued support and like I almost want to say like affirmation is so sweet to have, because sometimes it's like, well, why am I doing this? Like what's going on? Like, am I spending my time right? And it's all the existential questions that you ask yourself as a young adult of like, what am I doing with my time? Like what matters to me? And the answer is this. So thank you, Lux, so much. Seriously. I don't know what we'd do without you.
We all work our buns off, but Lux works like 4 buns off compared to 2.
I like seriously, like my first like connection that truly like changed like the juxtaposition of where I was in the fandom and like how I wanted to go about, what makes me happy, what makes us happy, what makes people in Georgia feel seen and heard, and even past Georgia. Like they were saying, we got friends everywhere. So thank you, like infinitely.
Oh, bars, bars.
Wait. Lux is like number one infinite stan like ever. Genuinely did not mean to do a pun there. That's how like. Okay, thank you, Lux.
Thank you so much, Lux.
Genuinely, yeah. Thanks.
It means a lot.
All the help has been great.
Yes.
Like
all of the support, all of the help.
It's been amazing.
Yes.
And it all started with the shuttle ride to Sonic Neon Summit, as they say.
Man, the shuttles was
Yeah.
something. That con is one that is not back this year. It was literally, Kevin, correct me if I'm wrong, like just around this time in June. Great con. They're in talks, excuse me, about coming back next year. Keep an eye out because those people are great. Like Blizzard and everyone that helped put that event on, like they did an awesome job for a first year con. Like truly, like awesome.
Yeah, they had like over like 1,000, or they had like 1,000 something people, and they put that together in 7 months, which was very impressive.
I flew my bottom out there for it. It was so much fun, and the venue they had at GSR was great too.
Yeah, for sure.
Very fun times. Reno is a sweet little city.
Okay, Trigger.
Sorry, guys.
Excuse me, Trigger. Would you like to ask your next question?
Of course. Let's see here. So this is more following back on when you guys were discussing a strategy. Only this is more in the organization phases. So when it comes to organization or planning steps of upcoming in-person or online events, like in person, like say like the previous conventions you mentioned, can you explain on how you would plan, proceed, and execute it?
So a lot of our planning starts with like we have our own little group chat, and it's always like, hey, this event is coming soon, what do we want to do for it? And then we all like usually we'll have a board meeting and we brainstorm ideas and we go through all that, and then really we all work together to do stuff like for example, for MomoCon, we didn't know who was going to get our panel, like if it was going to get approved, if we were going to do that. So what we ended up doing is putting in like multiple, and then that way, like even if the Sonic the Hedgehog Power Hour hadn't have got approved, we had something else that could have a chance to get approved too, so that we could still get some of that like outreach, to be out there and all that. And I'm forgetting the rest of the question. I was kind of rambling. But a lot of our, at least from my perspective, our planning goes into like figuring out who's available to do what we actually can achieve, where we could achieve it at, whether it be like at a MomoCon panel or a different panel for like a bigger con like that, or if we're doing like a little meetup after an event, that type of thing. And Jen is really good about execution with everything. Our PR lead rocks.
Yeah, most definitely. We be cooking in the meetings. That's all I gotta really say.
Yeah.
We make sure we can all be present. We decide if it can be online, if everyone can meet online. If we can do better in person, then we do it in person. And that's how we get the origin to a lot of things. We might already have the plan through our chat, and then once you have the plan, it is just a lot easier to execute. You know, because you just follow what you all have as a group or have already talked about, But yeah, the meetings go crazy.
It's always a lot easier to start with like what goal do we want to reach and work backwards from that as well.
I mean, they answered it pretty perfectly. You gotta, it's kind of like, the big thing is identifying like market. Is it going to be a place that makes sense and is viable for a Sonic community like Jay at DreamHack? When Jay was given the pass, we were like, well, that's kind of a no-brainer. It's video game centric. Like just things that are coming up, things like that. I have the signs in my car. I keep the signs in my car for like when I go to work. It's the type of thing where, when you see an opportunity, you take it. With events in particular, I think, like everyone had touched on, our planning is definitely really good, but it's also like talking about what people want to do. Like we were talking about how, we had the Mario and movie meetup, and that was like a suggestion. And reading the room, it's seeing what people are comfortable with, like the extent of travel they want to do. Logistics for big groups can be difficult. I will say that's one thing. So like I'm, like just over an hour away from like Liv and Jonathan, and Jay is further, from me. It's definitely, there's some challenges, but for the most part, if you want to go and meet up and talk about Sonic, you're gonna go and meet up and talk about Sonic. Like, you're gonna drive a little bit sometimes. Speaking for myself, of course, like I'm comfortable with doing that. Like a lot of us are really like get up and go type of people, so we make do.
So yeah, it's just really fun to plan everything too.
Okay. Travis
Alrighty,
Gleamer had their hand up, so I will call him up next.
Hey,
Travis.
Hi.
Yo,
Uh,
just having a glorious Sunday and been very productive today. Did a big workshop, but so a question that I've been wanting to ask you guys for a while now, since you guys are relatively new to the whole Sonic community, your Discord server in particular.
Yeah.
Did you guys have? Do you guys have any form have any strong connections and bonds to other Sonic Society servers?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
For
like
me,
Jen
I
was
mean,
saying, Texas is like a really big. Texas is like the Sonic Society founders, and they are always super supportive. Like we were saying when we were talking about Lux, everybody is really fantastic with them. I personally, I just started recently getting in touch with Canada a lot more because they're doing like this big Sonic Bash thing for Sonic's birthday, and I was like, do you have any like recommendations on what I should do for Sonic's birthday? And we've just been like talking about it and stuff like that. Um every single Sonic Society group, whether it be Canada, Texas, New York, whatever, they are all so sweet and they're also nice. And you do not have to be in their area to join their Discord. I highly recommend it. I very highly recommend it. Everyone is super great.
Yeah. And also, how do you guys host all these like events, and how do you guys are friends, even though you guys aren't? Some of us are not technically in the Georgia or Texas area, and how do you guys still have very strong friendships if you guys are very far distant from each other, or some people are farly distant from each other?
oh, I can touch on this a little bit. I do second what Liv said and like joining the Discords, having those connections. Um, when you are friends with someone and you want to keep that connection and you want to keep these people in your life, it comes pretty naturally, I feel like. So, for example, even though I might not talk with certain people every day, they're still the type of people that if I see them, I'm going to run up and give them a hug. Like, for example, Liz, Lux, Sav, like all of these different people, like you don't we're adults, you know like that's life is busy. You don't have to talk to someone every day to know that you still and they still have a meaningful place in your life. I think like maintaining friendships, especially over like state lines, country lines, like
Sure.
um it's really just about continued. I don't. A part of me wants to say continued interest, but like, of course you're going to be interested. They're your friend.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's sort of a way to sort of give them their personal space, how like just like how they give you your personal space.
I
it's like tagging your friends every once in a while, basically, as well as obtaining to your personal life, which is very healthy and recommended for everyone, in my opinion. That's what I've learned from being on this community for about 6 years. So
I think that like the biggest thing is if you do want to keep these people um hyped, almost supported, the biggest thing you can do is support what they do. So like for example, with like the different servers for the different posts, the interactions, things like that. Like when we posted our initial launch on Instagram, there were people reposting it that live in, I have friends in England that I met through like ship servers, things like that. And the reach doesn't stop just with, how far you can drive.
yeah,
Is what I'll say. It definitely makes a difference when you do make those connections because you got something in common. I feel like a lot of the Sonic society, like societies and communities, are the type of area where you can talk to anyone. Like you don't need to feel like you're gonna be excluded or where you're worried that oh well, what if they don't like me? What if I don't get along with someone? We're adults. Sometimes you mesh better with certain people, but
yeah.
I think being able to support and talk to people about what you guys both share in common and love it comes super naturally. So
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what it is. That there's some people that we can come to terms with and we have a strong bond and friendship and sometimes relationships. And then there's some people that, are not very biased and they don't tolerate you. And that's exactly what a lot of us have in multiple different communities that we've been before, or we're part of the Sonic community as a whole. But yeah,
I think that everyone definitely has a niche, but I think that, you know, the Sonic community, there's a lot of different types of people in here. Like, I don't think anyone's a stranger to some of the, you know, different areas of everything. But I think, like, if you are the type of person that is like pure heart, like a good spirited individual, there's always going to be a place for you in the fandom, always.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, exactly. Every fandom.
But thank you for your question. For
Yeah,
sure.
does that answer your
Yeah,
question there,
by
Travis?
all means. Hope you guys have an amazing June and an amazing start to your server, and be blessed and thankful for all the friends and members you've made throughout your Discord server. And I hope you guys server continues to grow until it hits 1,000 members, just like Texas. 'Cause
Thank
Thank you,
guys
thank
you.
you,
Thank
thank you.
you.
so
Very kind words. Thank you so much.
bye.
Okay, Trigger, would you like to ask your last question, the one that doesn't have a check mark next to it?
Yeah. And I do apologize in advance. I don't remember if we've asked this already, but just in case, I'll ask it again. Out of all of your past events, again, like MomoCon being another example, are there any that you would want to relive or repeat?
Yeah. This is a very basic answer, but every single one of them.
Yeah.
Every single time we go out and we do something or we hop on our like voice chats, even if it's just like somebody playing a game in our server's voice chat or something, and we're all just like yapping about whatever, it is the best time. It's the best experience. Just like really being with people is what makes specifically my job with the like my role with these like groups and these events and stuff. It makes it so worthwhile and it makes it so awesome, and I love everything about it.
I think, you know, that is my answer as well. Me as well as everyone here is thankful for every single thing that happens. I'm a big believer in, like, you know, fate and just letting the world like kind of exist around you. And I think that I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't want to go back for personal reasons. Like, you know, I say, like, you know, live for the future, like, type of thing. Very silver coated. Like, definitely just looking forward. Like, I try not to live in the past too much. Like, you know, what's the phrase? It's like the past has already happened, so you need to live in the like live in the present or something. I don't know. I'm super thankful. I'm so thankful for everything, but I'm definitely like we're looking towards the future. You know, the parts that are more difficult in like the startups, I'm forever thankful for. I am so excited to see what more we can do. Yeah, that's my corny answer.
Our learning curve has been great, but now it's time to like watch the fireworks go off.
That's a cute way of putting it. I like that. Yeah.
So I see Ash in the audience. Hi, Ash. Hope you've been well.
Hi, Ash. Thank you for everything. I feel like I'm telling everyone like thank you. I'm so glad to see everyone. Like, seriously, every single person.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just thought of a good question. So, as a group, like, what's your dream event? Like, if you could plan and execute any event that you could dream of, what would it be?
I'm gonna let y'all go first. I want to go last.
That's a good question. Give me some time. I'm gonna let somebody else go.
Do you have
Oh man,
anything?
I'm
I
thinking.
can. I mean,
I
so Joseph, go ahead.
sorry, no, you can go ahead, Jen.
No, you
Okay.
go.
No. Okay. So what? One thing we've been talking about, and I hope to realize at some point, is the games are always a huge point for me growing up. Like, and it's funny, I'd always play like Sonic Riders, but mostly by myself and stuff. I did have a few friends that we do like Sonic Adventure 2 multiplayer, but doing like a gaming thing where we all get together and have a venue and just being able to have people participate and earn some kind of fun prize and stuff, and just have people get together and play the games and have fun with it. And then hopefully you'll have like some free play stuff too, so people just hang out and if they don't want to participate in the competitive stuff, just have a good old time.
I like that.
Jay, do you have an answer?
I still don't. Yeah, I'm getting there because I'm trying to think
Okay.
of what's the biggest. But yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
do you want me to go? Do you have something to?
Didn't you want to go last? I didn't want to like.
I mean, I can't. If nobody else got anything to say, I have
I have something.
I have the idea.
Okay, so for me, I think a couple of things would be really fun. I personally, I don't ever want to get to like convention status. I don't know if that's like a thing, but like I think, you know, being able to support like Sonic Expo like in any capacity would be awesome. I would say like that's probably where my land is because we are really close in ties with these people, but it brings so many challenges. I don't know what Liv is gonna say, but like I think that for me would be really really difficult. Not that it's completely out of the question. Like maybe we did something fun and like online that was semi convention-ish. I also feel like it would be fun to do like my brain said like fashion show, like cosplay fashion show, I think would be cute. I don't know. I think, you know, and again with like the movie 4, that would be fun. Doing something like that, which is feasible. Again, all these things are feasible, you know. The goals are always feasible. But that's my 2 cents.
Do you have something, Jay?
I mean, my brain's just bouncing all over the place, and it is an extension of what everything else is saying. But
Yeah.
it's just so many things. Like Joseph said, a gaming tournament would be cool. Jen, that was an amazing idea, like a cosplay showcase thing. I'm a big fan into the music, so I would love to like. And this is something I've planned even since I was younger. I've been around a lot of musicians and done a lot of hosting and whatnot. But I would love to bring it to the Sonic side of things, like maybe like a fan concert or like people. There's so many talented musicians. There's so many people who love the music, whether it's a karaoke. I don't know, like a mini concert of people who do Sonic music, like something of that nature. Obviously, I don't have any like the full ideas shaped out right now or anything, but just music. The music is so important to me, and I would like that would be really dope to do like as an ultimate like thing, like it's something that everybody can participate in and be excited about. So if that's an answer, maybe that's probably the best that I have right now.
Heck yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
go to
kind
that
of
one.
on a similar thing with Jay. Like my mind is kind of going over the place because there's so many things. Like I said, this group is founded on the basis of like we want the community to come together for everything and like do like just anything fun really. So like anything fun comes to mind, right? So I do like I'm gonna circle back about like the tournament stuff. It would be so fun to host like a tournament, even if it was like an Adventure 2 multiplayer tournament or something or a Riders tournament. It'd be fun to host that. I'd also love to do something like a showcase gallery. I think some of the expo members did something similar as well, where they just had like people in their community do like for our community. I would like to have something like, hey, let's set up an event where we host it and we go through submissions and like people vote on what they think was the coolest, and we have like awards and prizes for people. Something like that would be fun, showcasing the art and talent in the group. Just again going back to like being an artist and stuff and having people in the community contribute as well. That would be something fun. But I do agree that the like a convention would be kind of difficult to manage, but I would like to do something like that as well. Like as like a holy grail moment for the group, like hey, like we actually got the opportunity to do our own like convention thing or something like that on our own terms would be pretty cool as well. But other than that, yeah, that's all I can think of.
So and I need to preface this with I have zero idea how to do this. My big like what I dream about us being able to do is not necessarily convention level. Like I don't want to be like big, but like to be able to have like what Joseph would like everybody was talking about, like Joseph set up with the games. That's something that we've been talking about for a long time. That's something that I want to do so badly. And like have people like bring their art, bring their creativity, like do a cosplay contest or a cosplay fashion show or something like that. Like have like a big space, maybe not like convention with like multiple days or anything like that, but be able to have the big space where we can do all of the things that everybody wants and everybody loves so that people can go into their own little niches like we were talking about and create.
There's a space for
Yes,
everybody.
yes.
That's more so what I was getting at with the convention.
Yeah.
Like, not necessarily like we don't have the capacity to do like a
Like a
huge
convention.
event, but like
But a bigger event, like that's what I dream of.
yeah, something a smaller convention is something that I believe should be, or I want to be a goal.
Like Canada doing like a whole, like I was talking about the birthday bash thing. That is so cool. And if y'all have
With-
not looked at, like, even just go to Sonic Society of Canada's Instagram. They are doing awesome stuff. It is so cool. They have like artist vendors and like a little game hall, I believe. It's so cool. It's so
They
cool.
have
That's what I want to do.
Devin Mack going, who's the voice of Sonic and Sonic Prime.
Yeah.
He's going to
Yeah.
the birthday bash. And then there's another, I forget his name. It's one of the comic artists. Or not artists,
Ian
one of the
Flynn,
comic
he's
writers.
going.
Ian Flynn. Yeah, Ian Flynn is going as well. So it's definitely
Mhm.
they're setting a great example. Great
That
example.
would
Yeah,
be
that's
like,
something that I kind of want.
that would be like shiver down my spine dream.
Like we could get, hypothetically, if we did something like this, we could get Tracy Yardley
Yeah.
and stuff like that, like just to come and like that would be cool to just have a space.
Mhm.
Like we already, I mean, obviously Sonic Expo exists, but like having like something to look forward to in a different, like maybe in the winter or something instead of the summer, like just something additional for Sonic fans to do stuff and creating a space for that. Because I mean, it's always, obviously, if you have your favorite con and it's Sonic Expo, but it only comes once a year. So like, yeah, the more stuff we have, the more like opportunities we have to have like cool things happen and branch out like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So for cosplay, because I think it was you, Jen, that mentioned the fashion show type of thing. So I would say reach out to Mav and see if she can like help in that regard. Yeah, she's head of the cosplay department for.
Yeah, I know her. We're mutuals. She's a sweetie.
I don't know
not a
if
bad
you're in
idea.
contact with someone named 645 spelled out, but he's like the gaming supervisor for Sonic Expo as well. So those
Yeah.
are the two people I can recommend reaching out to.
For sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
And
know
shout out.
Amy Birnbaum, who's the voice of
Yeah.
Cosmo. He or she's in Atlanta too. If you ever wanted to like
Yeah,
try and
yeah.
get her for a one-day event.
Yeah, and really quickly, shout out to all of the Sonic Expo like heads and all of the people. Personally, specifically for us, Sen, who is like the manager of all the Artist Alley stuff for, I don't know if they do Dallas too, but I know they do Atlanta. Everybody that we have met that is ahead is so sweet, so great. They have like all of their little ducks in a row. The Sonic Expo people are awesome.
Yeah.
They're so awesome.
Yeah, but I like that. I like the idea that they mentioned with the cosplay, the cosplay idea. That's not a bad
Mhm.
idea. That's brilliant.
If one thing Sonic fans are going to do, it's make a fire cosplay. Like there's a person in our server, their name is Shay. I believe their tag is Shade and Gray. For MomoCon, they did a Secret of the Ring Sonic cosplay. It was so cool. Every single time I see, like, there was a Lancelot in the at MomoCon, like they have the knights, they have everything. There are people who are cosplaying their OCs, which is so cool. Cosplay is something that I really love. Like, I love to see the creativity with, especially like I was saying with the Tails dolls, like I crochet them, and as a textile designer, like it's so sick.
Shout out Supersonic Brawler Jonathan, who is in our server as well. He came to MomoCon and he was in his full Excalibur.
Yes,
in like super hot weather. He is a trooper. He is super talented. There's always so many people who are super talented. So I think it would be a fun idea.
Yes.
I don't know if you're in contact with someone named Nautical Nova who's in Georgia as well, but she did the Scrapnik
Nova
Island
is in this call.
Oh,
Nova's in this
different
call.
person.
Isn't that Nova?
That's a different person.
No, Nautical Nova, who's a different person.
That's a different person?
Yeah,
Oh.
Nautical Nova. So she did like a Metro Sonic cosplay from Scrapnik Island, like extremely like obscure character that you never think.
Yeah, I
Jacob
seen. I know
cosplay
what you're
like
talking
last year
about.
for Sonic
was
Expo, and like it was just so detailed and so well done.
It was so good. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I had only ever seen the Instagram page and I didn't see a face. So that's on me. No, I thought you were just really good at cosplay for a second. I should probably meet this person. Yeah. That's funny. I'll have to reach out and see what's going on.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, but no. All art is a fantabulous art, but specifically the effort and the talent and like the commitment to cosplay, especially that I've seen in more recent years as I've gotten into like more fandoms and stuff, Sonic specifically. Y'all go ham every single time, and it's gonna eat too, because these people are like all perfectionists.
I remember someone last year. It was either a Gamma or Omega cosplay, but man, it was just so super detailed, like even down to the lighting. It's like I'm
I
impressed.
think that's Jonathan. I think that's
Yeah, that
the
was
the
Jonathan.
gentleman I'm talking about.
Yeah, I remember seeing
Super
something like that
talented.
on Instagram. It looked very well detailed. I
He
think
works with like the foam.
no, I can't
Yeah,
remember what it was. It
EVA.
was either Gamma or Omega.
I know
It
Mars.
was Omega. It was Supersonic Brawler. Yeah, I got a picture with him.
Speaking of a Gamma though, I know it's I think they go by Phantom Mars now. They
Yeah.
had a Gamma at the Sonic Expo Atlanta last year. That was sick. So yeah, it's ridiculous. Sonic fans are so darn talented. It's crazy.
Mars is a friend of ours. Shout out to him. He is fantastic. He is super cool.
He is goated.
He is goated, yes.
We need like a shout out tally. Like we have said so
Yeah,
many
no.
things.
Everybody that has ever supported us, that has ever been mutuals and friends with us, shout out to them. Because,
Shout out to the universe.
yeah, facts.
Like
Every single person that has supported us is why we are where we are right now. And like my heart goes out to all of them because like we wouldn't have been able to do this by ourselves. Like we would have, but it would not have been like as awesome as we are right now. Like specifically like Jen was saying, like Lux, Ash, Liz, like everybody. It's just so like awesome. I don't there's so many words in my head, but awesome is always what comes out.
Also, shout out to I think Wag, and I can't pronounce the other part of her name, but the one that organizes the photo shoot at MomoCon every year. She just does such a great job doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do a great job every year.
They're very, very sweet and they always do a fantastic job. Even with all of the rain and stuff, they were very good about communicating where we needed to be and all that. I appreciated that.
Let's see. I don't see any other questions from the audience. Trigger, do you have any final questions you wanted to ask, or no?
Yeah, just one last one. So
Yeah, sure.
this is more or less covering back towards like what we're mentioning near the very beginning with like collabs. I think this was like my first question. But out of curiosity, besides what's already been collab with Sonic now, is there any other franchises or businesses you guys would personally want to see collab with Sonic and why?
I'm gonna tell you right now. No, I'm gonna just be real quick. Dragon Ball. They gotta have a Dragon Ball collab as ASAP. Yesterday, that should have been happened. That's one of my most requested Sonic collabs since like I knew about Sonic
since bro was 4 years old.
because even more than like the Flash DC collab because you can tell the Dragon Ball influence in Sonic, especially in the earlier years of Sonic. Like it's all over the place. Just the Supersonic and the Super Saiyan like references and stuff like that. It's just cool. It would be really cool to see those two characters interact and like the 7 Dragon Balls, 7 Chaos Emeralds, things like that. A lot of parallels, and then Silver and Trunks, all the stuff. But yeah, those are my reasons.
Yeah, I want like a huge universal. We've gotten pretty close. You have like Puma who does stuff like that, but I want like a big. I don't have a specific brand, but like I just want a big brand. Like I'll just throw a name out there. Like if Nike did something like they do apparel as well, you know. But it could be any brand, any huge universal brand that everyone just knows of. Put Sonic on there because I just want Sonic to. I want everyone to know how cool Sonic is.
Did you see the Hypeland collab by chance?
I did, yeah, but I'm talking
That
about
was
like something.
fire.
I'm talking about something like super. That's why I said Nike because like everyone knows, even if you aren't
Yeah,
a
it's
fan,
something
you
bigger than
know.
like not a smaller brand, like something like
They
Yeah,
should
I
do a
need something that
Supreme
everyone knows.
Supreme would
Like,
be garbage. You're not getting that. Nobody
nah,
will be able to get
collab.
that.
$8 million for it,
Yeah.
but
but yeah,
yeah.
something like that because I see the love. I represent Sonic everywhere I go. I'm even wearing Sonic chains. I'm wearing Sonic accessories at work. Like I'm like, who cares? I'm a grown adult, do what I want. And people who aren't into it are like, man, that's so cool. I have stuff from vendors that I bought, accessories. I have a tumbler, so many different things, and people just see how cool Sonic is when they're not even anywhere in the hemisphere of video games, anime, nerd stuff. So I want that's would be the answer. Something just universal that
I'll let
anyone can understand, and boom, like Sonic.
I'll let Joseph answer because I have a take.
So I actually really love like RPGs and stuff. So they've tried it like one time before. Some kind of crossover with a huge RPG franchise would be kind of cool. I love like Final Fantasy. Imagine like Cloud and
Yes.
Sonic. Sonic's held the sword before, so they've had the storybook games. They could make it happen somehow if they really wanted to, and I think that would be kind of fun. Something related to that.
I could definitely see that
So
honestly happening, especially after the Black Knight. Like, please
Well, it's
let
funny.
that
um
happen.
I actually play like some card games, and when Magic was doing some collabs, I got the Sonic Magic cards, and I had some of the Final Fantasy ones, and I was like, I'm gonna make a Commander deck, and it's gonna have Buster Sword, and Sonic's gonna be able to equip it and stuff. I'm gonna do some fun stuff with this.
That's it. That's hard.
I got some of those
um
Sonic cards. They're so clean.
They're so good.
my sorry.
No, go ahead,
Good.
go ahead.
Oh,
My answer is Fortnite.
yeah.
Bro,
I want
they taking so long to drop that. Oh my
man,
god.
someone said that in June there was supposed to be a drop with Sonic and that they had been working with Sonic. Um I would love to see Sonic in Fortnite. I think that would be simultaneous. Or what's the term? I think it would be like beneficial on either side because like Sonic fans would come back into Fortnite and like Fortnite fans would kind of get to know some more about Sonic and maybe like get back into the franchise if they had felt disconnected from when they were a kid. I also like off rip when you first asked that question, I said Family Guy because I would love to have that happen. Family Guy only has one Sonic reference. It is not mentioned by a line. It is in the background of a scene where Peter's playing a game, and it's like the '06 cover behind him that's like
Yeah.
a human with blue hair. That is the only reference to Sonic that there is in Family Guy. Family Guy works a lot with like Mario stuff. Like they make tons of Mario jokes, and I'm like, we're overdue. We're overdue. There's enough of a crossover, especially with Monomo making merchandise with like the characters from both franchises. I'm like, I want to see it. I want to see it. Um, Kind of a silly answer. I would really also love to see Sonic collab with like a household goods company, like
Yes.
Wayfair. I want like a dresser or something. I don't know. Like those probably exist, but a more modest like adult one that it's not
Get you
just
a
me
little
like putting a
like
sticker
floor length
on.
mirror that's got them on like Sonic and Shadow on either side. I know you
If
would eat
I
that
can,
Sonato stuff up.
yes, if I could get like a vanity that had like Sonic and Shadow and Silver on it, I would never
Eat it
complain
up.
ever again.
Eat it
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
That's tough. I ain't gonna
I
lie. That's kind of hard. Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
right?
Do your skincare and you're like, because Shadow has a skincare routine.
Okay, yeah.
Of
Yeah,
course.
skincare. I feel like as a 21-year-old girly pop girl who loves all of the cute things, I really would like to see some type of like how they did with Sanrio where it was like they had like the little outfits and they had like their little pairs and all that. I want to see them do that with Strawberry Shortcake. I really want to see them do that. Okay.
There's
would be
the
tough.
bit that Sonic hates Strawberry Shortcake.
I know.
That
That
would
could
be
be a
funny.
fun
They
game.
could.
But I need
They
them
could
to
probably.
like
They
clash.
could. They
But I
could.
also
They could
like
milk that.
there's so many, and like specifically my little brain is like cream and orange meringue or orange blossom and like lemon meringue and all them. Like I feel like they would be besties. And I want that so bad. And Strawberry Shortcake is like something that I am really also attached to in my personal life. And like Pico Park being super cutie with Sonic and the Sanrio collab being super cutie with Sonic. I want more girly pop cutie Sonic things. I love it.
I have two more honorary. I'm gonna make it real quick, but
Yeah.
like literally, like Sonic Mario. I don't know why they don't lock in when they do collab. They actually
Yeah.
canceled the Olympics thing. They're not doing
Yeah.
that anymore. Like I
I
don't
love
know. Mario had a collab with like rabbits, like the Raven Rabbits guys. Like
Those weirdo
Like-
things.
You know
it's
what?
not Sega and Nintendo have such a obviously mutual relationship now. Even in the small banter, even with the Sega Crossworld, Sonic Crossworld stuff, but like it's time. I don't see why it's not a thing. And then the other one would just be like, I don't know, just a really good anime studio to like produce something Sonic, or something like that.
Yes, yeah.
Add something real quick. I also want like a Sega versus Capcom game, like a
Yes,
game.
that would be
That'd
so
sick.
cool.
Like same way they do Marvel versus Capcom or something, or SNK versus Capcom. Why not Sega versus Capcom? They
Yeah.
got so many cool properties they could use that with Sega and Capcom that would be like great in a fighting game or something. Like something cool like that in the style of Marvel versus Capcom. I think would be great.
On a boom continuation. It's my final answer.
That's tough. We do need some more a season renewal. We do need some
Another big red button collaboration, guys.
And
We
put-
need that.
If Sonic Boom continues, we need add more of the game characters in there.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. I thought it was cool they had Vector in Sonic Boom.
Yeah. So
Chaotix collab.
We could talk about this for a
right.
Girly
Girls like
pop
that
stuff.
makes me want to kick on.
We need more characters in the Build-A-Bear drops.
Facts.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna pull out Amy and Metal this year, I think. I wonder how
I
they're gonna do a
definitely think
Metal
we're gonna
Bear.
get Amy this year
Definitely
based on the
Amy.
movie.
Definitely Amy.
I want cream. I want no. I want cheese.
Chow.
I
You want Chow.
Build-A-Bear
You want all the
cheese.
chows. A Chow
Give me my-
Build-A-Bear. All right, y'all need to cut us off because we're gonna go all day.
Yeah,
They
What-
need to do some more
we're just
collaborations with the Chow in general. Chow,
Yes,
like,
Chow needs to make a
Yeah, I can
comeback.
see that.
sleeping.
They keep dangling over us like, oh, remember that guy?
Oh,
Give
we
us
know
some
you
more
like
money.
them. We know. We don't care though. Like,
Yeah, I can definitely see him doing more with like chows, and like Chow Tales is a good example. Like that's something we weren't expecting, but that came out of the blue, and I'm happy they did that. And just a little taste of the Chow Garden from like
Yeah.
all the way back of SA's one.
yeah,
or two.
even like the little short. Yeah, like I just give us something. Like
Give me
don't
more
like
Chow
a Chow-
content.
don't let it go. Don't let it fall into obscurity. Like there's there's just this random cute. Like we give us something. Like even a mobile app
Mhm.
or like
Chow Sanrio, like Liv was saying, some Chow Strawberry Shortcake. Like I
Yes.
don't know, like
Little
it's
cutie
random.
babies. Please. I love them.
Yeah, they slacking. They slacking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my question answered.
Yeah.
Sorry, we talked your girl up on them.
I see Victor in the audience. Hi, Victor. Hope you've been doing
Oh
well.
snap! That's crazy.
Hey,
Wait,
Victor.
That's somebody that bought my first ever print when I first vended ever.
Wait, really?
Yes, that's insane. Big shout outs. That's a goat. It was my Sonic friend. It was one of my first times ever vending.
Like this one?
Yeah, it was at Fan Jam Remix. I want to say it was my first time. That's where I met Sen.
Yeah, Fan
Oh.
Jam.
That's crazy.
So my final question to you all before we wrap up the Q&A is, what is one thing you would like to say to the next generation of fans who are attending these conventions and these group meetups now that would maybe like to do like their own convention or their own groups in the future?
Who wants to go
So
first?
I can go first.
Word.
Um,
Oh,
kind of like I said earlier, closed mouths don't get fed. If you want to do something, go do it because no one else is gonna do it if everyone has the same mindset. Um, you got to be rational and understand that growth is, you know, not always immediate, especially if you are in an area that doesn't have as much of a prevalent like Sonic group or Sonic fan base. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort, and
we're in the middle of the
it's
thing.
um it's definitely there's a lot to have go on there. um if you want to see something, you're gonna have to do it because you can't just sit there and say like, oh well, I really wish that this was a thing and this is so fun and I see other people doing it. Like, no, if you want to do it, you need to reach out to the right people. You need to start like actually getting stuff done. um that's my biggest piece of advice. And it sounds like tough love and it sounds like rude and it sounds a little corny, but like you have to like be like change or like things that you want to see. If it's just gonna sit in your back pocket, then you're not gonna do anything with it. It won't ever be a thing. um Granted, there are so many great groups that already exist that you can be a part of, even if you aren't in their direct area. If you want to have the in-person meetups, if you want to have like friends, if you want to have these people that you have these things in common with, you have to like seek them out. You know, as much as like our anxiety and our social, can get exhausted. Things get exhausting, but you kind of got to break out of it and say like, well, what is really valuable to me and what will really impact me in the long run? What makes me feel seen and valued and heard in the long run? Just absolutely, you got to go ahead and do it. My take.
Do
Sorry, I was gonna just jumping
no,
off of that. The biggest thing I was gonna say is express yourself. Express yourself in whatever form it is, be it your passion for the game, for the comics, for express yourself in cosplay. Just don't be afraid to, because a lot of times you'll be surprised just how much like people are willing to reciprocate and wish to express themselves as well. They're just maybe a little afraid to. But that's just really for anyone younger. Just be able to open yourself up and express yourself to what you care about, and you'll meet other people that are really similar and have that passion as well, and be able to come together and express what you love out to the world.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's
yeah.
the biggest.
Yeah, definitely what Joseph said. I just want to harp back on like that passion aspect. Like, don't like let that passion lead you. Be who you are and the things that you love and are passionate about. When you put it out there, when you are vocal, they will find you. They will reciprocate and come back to you. Yeah, just let that passion lead you, and don't let liking something that might be niche or might not be huge mainstream. Just be you. Be you and be passionate about you.
But yeah, I can just piggybacking off of what he says, what he just said. Me and him talk about it a lot, but like a lot of the times just being real, being your true self is the most important thing you can ever do. Like you may, even if you feel like it's corny or somebody's trying to make you feel corny about it, what you love is what you love. If you love Sonic, like look at it now. Like Sonic used to be this like, I hate Sonic, Sonic's corny, like this is lame, and now everybody's jumping on the like, hey, I love Sonic, I like this, I like it's you're, if you stay true to what you like, that's the most important thing. If I could go back years before when I was younger and tell myself one thing, I'd be like, hey, just be yourself, just stay into the things that you like. Don't ever feel weird about the fact that you like a video game or the fact you like a show or something. It's part of who you are, especially if it's something like Sonic. It will be with you. Like there's no shame in having something that inspires you. Don't let anybody ever shame you in your life for something that inspires you to move, do something. No matter if it's not corny to have an inspiration. And I feel like a lot of times people forget that when it comes to like things like Sonic or other fandoms. Like if Sonic's what makes you get out of your bed that day, that's what makes you get out of your bed. Like don't let that be what it is. There's nothing wrong with that. Can't nobody take that from you. So don't let nobody change you for that. That's all I gotta say.
And
Facts. Mic drop.
circling back just a teeny bitty bit with like Jen was talking about, like if you want something out of this, reach out to people. also with that, don't be scared to like my personal, like, I was always very like anxious to be like, oh, like, you know, these people are like bigger, or like these people know what they're doing, they have more experience than me. The one thing that I've learned so much, especially with like being in the group and all that, we are all just people, and we are all, first of all, Sonic fans. Any of us are going to sit here like we have this for
Yeah, we can't
2
even
hours
help
now.
it. We cannot
We've been
help
here
it.
for 2 hours now yapping about Sonic. We are a community first, and that's part of what I really like about what we've found so far, like with this group, is genuine community and like genuine friendships and stuff like that. Like, I didn't know like Nova, for example, from some random person on the street, but now that we've like done meetups and stuff like that, like I'd be like, yo, Nova, when are you playing Crossworlds again? When are you doing this? Are you streaming? Like, all of this stuff. It's just so fun to see like everybody's like creativity and what everybody does, and like being scared to reach out is what held me back for so long. And it's just opened up a completely new world now that I'm able to.
I think like to kind of everyone said, you know, exactly what needed to be said.
Yeah.
There will still be people who do try to make fun of you and who do
Yeah.
want to be critical and who might say, you know, you're an adult,
Why are
you
you
should do
watching?
other things. I think it's important to remember that, you know, in life, if you find something that makes you happy, kind of like Jonathan and Jay and Joseph and Liv have said, you have to learn to navigate the struggles and like the things that people will project onto you, because a lot of the times when someone is being negative about something that you care about, they might have other things going on. What someone says about your interests and about who you are, what you identify as, is more indicative of how they feel about themselves if they have an issue with it. There
Yeah.
is always going to be someone who has something to say, something potentially negative. You have to learn as you get older and you are finding your way in this space that you don't have to listen to everyone. And that's the great part about it. When you find community, you don't need to worry about people outside of the community's opinions. What matters is that you're living each day as a good person, fulfilling what you feel is right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I would like to thank you all very, very much for coming. I wish you all the best with your group. I'm excited to see what you all got planned going forward.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Kevin. I mean, in
Thank you, Kevin.
particular for and you know, thank you to the both of you for hosting and moderating, but also thank you,
Yes.
Kevin, for being one of the people that does come out to the events, that is in the area, that is supporting, like, that is that much of a Sonic fan. You know, you're one of the first people I met in my journey into the fandom as well, so thank you on a personal level for you as well.
Oh, of course. Yeah, and thank you very much, Trigger, for co-hosting, and thank you everybody in the audience for coming out as well.
Yes.
Thank you,
Thank you
guys.
both
Thank you
so
guys so
much.
much.
awesome.
And also, huge shout out to the other Sonic Society groups as well. I see people
Yes.
from
Yeah.
Sonic
Yes.
Society of Texas down there in
Of
the audience
course.
as well. You all do such great work.
I will say, you know, jumping off of that, thank you to the people who have stayed in the chat. A lot of people we do recognize. Thank you guys so much. The different Sonic societies, thank you. Like Liv said earlier, interact. If you want to see these people be successful, you need to interact with us. You
Yes.
need to help us. It is as much of an effort from us as it is from, you know, Sonic fans across the state, across the different areas in the US. Like, if you want to see progression and you want to see bigger and better things, then it is, you know, we're welcoming you with open arms. Jonathan has got his 3D rouge.
No, I'm just
Um,
trying to do what Jay is doing.
no, it's funny. Thank you guys so much. And seriously, we'd love to see you guys everywhere else. We're Sonic Society of Georgia on most platforms. Feel free to join our Discord server. We are always looking for new friends to be a part of this thing that we love so much. So thank you.
And I guess I don't have invite permission. So if somebody's able to put in an invite link to the discussion chat, that would be wonderful. So we can direct
I
people there.
gotcha. Give me just a moment here.
While we're waiting, Jonathan made this.
Look, this is not a plug. This is not a plug.
Look at it. No, it's cool.
You can show it, but yeah.
Isn't she so sick?
That's awesome.
Oh, I just did myself in the face with it. Dang. Isn't she so bad? Y'all. I love her.
Kevin, should I send just the invite link, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, instead of the link tree. Okay.
Is that your
There's our
child,
invite.
Jay?
Yeah, you can paste the link tree as well if you like.
Okay.
Yes, the link tree has our Instagram too. If you have Instagram and you like us, Instagram too.
Okay, both are in the chat now, and they are formatted.
Let me ping you in the correct channel.
Oh, not here.
Here. There we go.
The discussion. I got
Yeah,
you. I thought you meant
sorry.
the internal one. No, it's all good.
That's
Okay.
I'm looking at it closer. It's clean.
There we go.
There we go.
Are y'all playing with each other right now?
No, we're just aura farming.
All right. There we go.
All right, guys.
Is that everything?
I think so. Yeah.
I believe
that's
so.
it. So again, that's wrap up the Q&A, and we will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.
Thank you
Awesome.
guys so
Bye,
much.
guys. Thank you so
Take
much.
care.
Bye,
Thanks
guys.
again.